They don't cost you any money. And actually, with statistics today, about 85,000 retirees, only 58% of them use retirees, 80% use no D3s. There are only 200 that use the D3s. Nevertheless, we do want those passes, and sometimes if there's illness in the family or something like that, yes, that was something that we worked for and we were promised. Welcome to look at our website. We're all proud of what we did and of what we did in the past. The AMRRC was incorporated with probably the only 501c4 retiree organization, and we are the most inclusive, the most diverse, and the most active. We have thousands of members, and our membership is growing every month. And all we're asking for is something that doesn't cost you anything to provide. We were tremendous ambassadors for the company, and I think it was a false assumption. I don't think you realized how much those passes meant to us. And one of the things in the past is Mr. Parker had always said, well, we had to do that to the retirees in order to help the commuters. I hope you'll read what I sent to you, because we're not harming the commuters. It's a huge increase in D2s that make it harder for the commuters. There's a number of statistics in there. They're all new, and I hope you'll read that and realize, don't blame us because the commuters are having a hard time. It's really the huge increase in the free-for-all D2s. We have a couple things. Again, you were talking about numbers, but let's talk about people. I'd like to see American Airlines be more of a people-oriented corporation, which it was in the past. I see a lot of divisiveness, which I shared with you. We never had that in the past. Employees never resented the retirees. We were all proud that we worked for the company. And you do have tremendous profits, but it's also a benefit because of the low cost of fuel. It was $11 billion surplus, because airline surplus a year ago because of the low cost of fuel. Now, if the price of fuel goes up, how are we going to maintain? So, one of the things, when I first came to this meeting 4 years ago, everyone said, oh, we're going to make American Airlines great again. Well, I guess you're making a lot of money for some people, but we do have to think about the passengers. Which was the first one? American Airlines invented, that's not the first one, hold on. American Airlines invented the frequent flyer program. It was brilliant marketing, it was brilliant IT, represented work that the retirees did, working hand in hand with the president at that time. So we were number one for all these years, but now we're number 23. This is and Southwest is number 2, and considered to be one of probably the best frequent flyer programs. But I'm really sad to see us at 23. Also, American Airlines credit card used to be the most popular credit card in America, but it isn't anymore. It's way, way down on the list, probably because for your best customers, and I don't understand marketing, where your best customers now have to pay twice as much for their mileage awards. So they're kind of shifting to other credit cards. Then also, the advantage to being the number one credit card was all the brand loyalty. So I think you've kind of lost that. The next is the best and the worst. The best and the worst, this is January 2017. So, and it seems that each year we're moving down the list, not up the list. The best and the worst, American Airlines came in last. There's last around here of the 8 categories. American Airlines was last in half of them, second to the last, third from the last. All the categories that they value with on-time performance, baggage performance, and things like that. It's very disappointing to me because American Airlines was never at the bottom in the past. And that's where it is in that particular rating. There's also airline elite flyers find fewer perks, and a concierge key member, the highest classification for frequent flyer at American Airlines, he even knows he's being shortchanged. So there's fewer, but again, taking away from the best customers. Then there's, can it really be this hard to board an airplane? One of our suggestions is to eliminate a category, the D2R. There's very, very few of us. If you look at the numbers, we're a very, very small percentage, and it would not impact the entire list, but it'd be one less category. You'd also have one non-ref travel planner rather than two programs, and you have senior employees that also would like to have their retiree passes that they worked for decades. In the future, if you're looking for an early retirement, last early retirement flight attendants, over 2,000 volunteered because they thought they'd had their passes. The next one, 200 volunteered. So, but we're still a very small percentage. If you look at the standby list, you'll see maybe one D2R out of 30 or even 50 standbys. We're a very, very small percentage. But we haven't lost our conviction that we want what we worked for. Is there another one in there? It shows the disabled Yep, I am. The disabled passengers are complaining about fair treatment. There's too many stories on the internet. Of course, you know that we had congressional hearings with the House and the Senate about passenger treatment. And it's very disappointing to us as shareholders and retirees that Mr. Parker recently announced that we're going to have the tightest coach seats you can possibly find. It's going to be 19 inches, I guess, just like Spirit. And at the hearings, United was able to point out that they have larger, they have more space for their coach passengers, which is kind of embarrassing. But I think it's a mistake to make those seats more painful, fewer bathrooms, put them as tight as you can. We used to rub elbows, but now in the non-rev dress code, you can wear shorts. So we have people with bare legs, bare arms. I even have someone's hair in my face. I mean, making these coach seats as painful as possible isn't a good plan for long term. And you have to do something about how you treat people. Don't be so divisive. Let's look at, would you please, look at what we're saying. I mean, it was a decision, but you could make peace with 85,000 people. American and AMRRC, we've worked with American Airlines to help and appreciate Carrie Ulrich. She was able to get the Sabre folks onto the non-rev travel planner. So we do appreciate that. We've worked with American so that retirees can obtain an ID, accurate information about the life insurance benefits. We provide call numbers. We upgrade those lists, trying to help retirees call the right party to get help. We appreciate working with American Airlines. The employee travel at AA.com, that was a big step forward. That actually was initiated by AMRRC because of the need, and now there's a team service member. So we're doing a better job. We're doing a great job of communicating to retirees. But I have to tell you, there's only one message that they want. The retirees want to know that we can have our past benefits and they cost the company nothing. How many millions are you spending on lawyers to take away a benefit that doesn't cost you any money? And we'll be here next year too if need be. Or, Mr. Parker, you changed your mind. I remember Mr. Parker said, no profit sharing. You changed your mind and you were gracious about that. And we want nothing more than to stand with you and say thank you very much.
Thanks.